What's up, Tim Sykes here in paradise. Look at how freaking beautiful this is. Are you kidding me? It's unreal. And I just got to show you this. I got to inspire you. I got to help you understand how incredible the world is and just how you can achieve anything. Like, too many people don't realize that you can get to places like this. You can do the seemingly impossible. This looks impossible, right? But you can get to places like this if you work hard enough. And this is what this video is about. It's not just working hard. Like, I see all of this generalized BS where it's like, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Your network is your net worth. No, it's not. Nowhere in your journey do other people truly matter. Okay? You can learn from others. I encourage you to learn from others. You know, like learn from me, learn from my millionaire students. If you click the link below, you can join my challenge. We have several millionaires mentoring, several millionaires guiding. It's literally a game changer. I would not be in the stock market without joining my challenge. Just fair warning. I wouldn't, go into a market where 90% of traders lose without any guidance. But at the same time, it comes down to you, okay? We don't matter in the long run. No one else matters. Your network is irrelevant in the long run for you. It might help you a little bit here or there. I see all these like real estate gurus like, oh, it's all about my network. I got this deal, I got that deal. Shut up. Stop BSing, okay? There's so much BS in this industry. This is why 90% of traders lose. This is why like the whole seminar and guru market is full of crap. It's like snake oil salesmen. They make you think that you need like all of these interconnections. It only happens in this room. You got to be in the room where it happens. I literally laugh at some of these things because they're just trying to like make you think that like, oh, there's some secret where like exclusive people know and it's like a conspiracy and it's like the Illuminati and oh my God. If I had $1 for every conspiracy theory and every time someone tries to make someone who's not well trained or not well studied and makes them feel insecure and makes them feel like they're missing out and they're like, they need to be on the inside, I'd be a trillionaire. It's sad. This is the sad reality of, the teaching industry where people are just pitching BS. I'm very proud to be real. Yes, mentors can help you. Yes, my challenge, I think, is crucial in the beginning. But in the long run, just like all my top millionaire students, they become self-sufficient. We're just training wheels. There's no conspiracy theories that are really, A, provable, but B, relevant to your journey. People spout engagement theories for engagement. They spout conspiracy theories, for power, for control. Some people actually believe this stuff, but in reality, experience, life, history teaches us that almost none of these conspiracy theories, I'm not going to say none, but almost none of them are real. What matters is how hard you study. What matters is how hard you perfect your process and how well you hone your craft. Use mentors, use studying, use views like this as inspiration. Like, this is one of the most beautiful views in the world. Absolutely. One of the most beautiful views in the world. It's useful. Some people will say, Tim, why do you have to show these beautiful places? Just talk about stocks. Well, I don't do stocks just for stocks. I do stocks, or I started stocks, and now I still do stocks for two different reasons. I started stocks to get rich. Once you get rich, it's beautiful. Took care of my family, took care of myself, took care of my friends, took care of random people, donated now nearly $9 million to charity. But also now, the stock market for me is about meaning and fulfillment. And if I can cut through the industry BS and get you on the right track, then I've done my job. Feel free to go off and do whatever you want later on. Many of my millionaire students do. But again, stop believing that there's some magic room, that there's some magic group that, you have to surround yourself with the right people. You don't. I would rather you surround yourself with books. I would rather you make friends with a librarian like I did in high school when I was skipping classes. School isn't necessarily the best education, FYI. You need specialized knowledge. That's why I'm always saying that, like, really study hard. People are like, what do you study? The stock market's closed. You got to study stock market history. You got to study your data. You should be digging through your data, see which patterns work best for you, see which patterns don't work best for you. Learn and optimize your process. Study from my 30 plus millionaire students and myself who show all trades. By the way, this generalized, knowledge that a lot of people think is really going to change their life, it's no different than like a trader who only shows 5 or 10% of their trades publicly. There's a lot of traders out there who do that. And people think, oh my God, look at this screenshot. And I call them screenshot heroes. You can't learn from somebody who doesn't show every single trade. Trading is a process. You cannot learn a process without knowing all of the small parts involved in doing that process. You look at this view, you're like, wow, Tim, this is amazing. Give me a hot stock pick. I want to be there. No, hot stock picks don't matter either. How do I cut through all this BS? Like, I see so much beauty here right behind me, but I see so much BS and I see so many people on the wrong path in life for whatever reason. Maybe you have haters or doubters too, people who told you can or can't do this or that, and you believe them. And so you don't necessarily capitalize on the opportunity. I'll tell you, the number one tip that I can give you is find what you love, even if it's not trading, but find something that you love and then focus on that. Focus on that subject. Maybe you focus on it so much and you get tired of it and you get sick of it and you move on to something else. That happened with me in exotic cars. Exotic cars, inspired me so much growing up. Like I had dreams of just, not even owning, but driving a Ferrari and driving a Lamborghini. I had posters up all over my walls as a kid. Then I got the cars. My first Lamborghini was a dream. My first Ferrari was a dream. My first McLaren was a dream. Second Lambo was really when it started to fall apart, where I was like, this doesn't motivate me anymore. The Rolls Royce everyone loved. I got a Rolls Royce too. I had to try them all. Everyone loved it on social media. I felt like I was dead. I felt like I was driving a hearse. So, and your taste changed. I sold all my cars, donated the profits from the cars to charity. You don't have to actually buy a new car. You should buy a used car and you can actually sell it. There's a whole strategy for that too. But the point is that you have to do what fulfills you. Cars fulfilled me at first. Luxury, wanting to take care of my family fulfilled me at first. But after a while, once you do it, once you have it, it gets a little old. Views like this, surprisingly, don't get old for me. I don't know. You tell me, leave a comment below. Do you like views like this? Or again, do you want me like filming in a studio without the views, without the shakiness of me holding the camera in a cold plunge pool? For me, I'm just trying to do what makes me happy. And teaching now fulfills me. Donating my trading profits to charity fulfills me. Traveling, I'm not just here with this view, but we also just opened a new school, a new recycling center, and we're helping this anti-trafficking charity. And I'm filming a documentary on all of this too. I'm living proof that you can achieve your dreams. I'm a living proof that you can do anything you want. You can build whatever business you want. You can build whatever life you want. You're not beholden to the same things that you might have been in the past or other people tell you you're capable of or not capable of. We live in the most fascinating time in human history where we have so much knowledge, so much education, so much potential. Look at this. This hotel, by the way, this hotel like literally was just built here in the last year. Last time I was here was like sawdust. And now it's pretty amazing to see what they've done. They've done an amazing job. But you can do an amazing job with your life. You just have to believe it, and you need structure and you need work. You need a lot of work. That said, I can help speed up your learning curve. That's what I do. That's what the challenge is all about. I have nearly 4 millionaire students now. It's crazy. Some people say, Tim, you only have a few dozen millionaire students. You have thousands of students. What's going on with the rest of them? Well, a lot of people don't take their studies seriously. They fall into these conspiracy theories like, oh, the government is doing this, oh, this rich guy is doing this. None of it matters to you. None of it applies to your journey. This is what blows my mind. I can't tell you how many people are pissed off that, like, Congress people are trading stocks and they're like, this congressperson shouldn't trade stocks and profit. Guess what? That's the law. Maybe the law will change, but so far that's the law. If you want to be a congressperson and trade, become a congressperson and trade. I don't get the hate. Like the hate for other people. They feel like they're getting ahead and they don't deserve it, or they're getting ahead and they're like cheating, and somehow that discourages you on your own journey. And I'm just like, I don't understand that. I don't understand how negative people think. I don't understand how discouraged people think. Because everything I see, I just get encouraged. I get encouraged by views. I get encouraged by my travels. I get encouraged by my students. Encouragement. I get encouraged by new technologies. I think that it's your perspective, right? Like if you do think that your network is your net worth and it's not necessarily just you, and you feel like you need to have like a network to do deals and you all do deals together and you all trade together or invest together, I can see how that might lead to like less self-sustainability or self-confidence or self-reliance, because you're like relying on your network, you're relying on others. And it shouldn't be that way. I think if you study enough, if you study history enough, if you find what you love, if you focus on that, if you recognize that, mistakes and losses will happen in the beginning and that it's okay, it's all part of your journey. If you really understand that it's you versus the world, and by all means have a network, by all means, have views, by all means have cars, by all means do whatever you want, but it all comes down to you. If you're going to be a truly successful trader, investor, entrepreneur, I don't understand people who don't get that. But I think it's because I've just studied so hard and I put in so many countless hours and I really focus on what I love, and I'm not afraid to change in the pursuit of fulfillment. Like when I got the second Lamborghini, I know it sounds like a douchey thing to say, but when I got the second Lamborghini, I felt dead inside. I was like, why do I feel nothing? The first Lamborghini was one of the highlights of my life, getting it delivered. Second Lamborghini, and I had my Ferrari like literally in the driveway. And I did a video and I was kind of like amping it up for the video, but inside I was like, wait a minute, something's wrong. I did a cancer test. I literally did a $10,000 cancer test. I was like, I think I had cancer or something. I'm not feeling right. I didn't have cancer, but cars just didn't motivate me anymore. So I think you always have to ask yourself, what motivates you? What do you want out of life? Keep, asking yourself that question. Never settle. Never wonder, why am I not happy? There's nothing I can do. Because there's always something you can do. When I say we're living the most amazing time in human history, it's not just that there's amazing luxury and amazing views. There's always been amazing luxury and amazing views throughout time, different levels of luxury and different views. But the thing that's changed in the past few years is now you have unlimited opportunity, which didn't always exist in the past, right? Like you didn't have the ability to learn so easily. I couldn't make this video from the other side of the world and share with you these lessons, even if it wasn't a video. There wasn't a widespread sharing of knowledge with different strategies of getting rich. Like you have to understand, when I first started teaching penny stocking, like people thought like, oh, you're a criminal. Like either you're a Wolf of Wall Street like promoter, or when I was teaching short selling penny stocks, they're like, no, short selling penny stocks is illegal, you're a criminal. Either way, I'm a criminal, or I'm lucky, or I'm a math genius, or I'm a fraud. Nobody thought that when I first started teaching, this was, 15 years ago, nobody thought that what I was teaching was a real and applicable strategy. And even if it was real, it wouldn't be scalable past like a few people. Like it wouldn't be replicable. And I've proved all of that wrong, and I'm still proving that wrong, but I need more students on the right path. That's why I make videos like this. Like I said, I have thousands of students, but very much like a gym membership, 90% of people who are paying me to learn, they still don't take it seriously. They don't bother studying. I don't know if you know this, roughly 90% of people with a gym membership don't go to the gym. They just pay their monthly fees. And they're like, yeah, this month has been rough. Next month I'll do it. Oh, January's coming up. That'll be my New Year's resolution. Look at this. You get to places like this not by waiting. You achieve financial freedom not by waiting and making excuses. You get to places like this, you get financial freedom, you get happiness, you get to see what makes you happy, and you get to test different strategies for making yourself happy by starting ASAP, by starting yesterday. And what do I mean by starting? Does that mean buying any random stock, investing in Google, investing in an ETF? No. Studying. My first female millionaire student, Mariana, is such a great example. She didn't have a brokerage account for 1 year. She just studied. She joined my challenge. She literally clicked the button below. She joined my challenge. She watched every single DVD, video lesson, and webinar, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. for 1 year before she opened a brokerage account. I wish I had more patient students like that. Now she's over 1 million. I think she's at like 1.5 or 1.6 million. And she's in her early 20s. I don't want to get my phone wet. She takes care of her family now too. Her family is amazing. Shout out to her dad, Charlie. He's an awesome guy, especially. You got to get on this journey ASAP. You got to start studying ASAP. Not relying on anybody else, not being in some room, not joining some Illuminati, not thinking that there's even an Illuminati, not caring about if there's an Illuminati or not. Like, so many people care about so much useless crap. How does that affect you? It doesn't. It doesn't. What affects you is your work ethic. What affects you is your mindset. What affects you is your perspective. That's what I have to change. And if you are my student, maybe this is a kick in the butt that you need to actually study. I've got 9,000 video lessons. I've got so many webinars. Sorry, I'm like dry and hot. It's all weird. There's so much to study from the past because stock market might not be an exact science, but history does repeat, okay? No two rivers are exactly alike, but they are rivers and you can analyze them. Do you know how many trends that I've traded over the past quarter of a century? I've been trading for a quarter of a century now. It's pretty crazy. Do you know how many of them are so damn similar? It blows my mind. I'll give you some examples, just in case you think like, oh, Tim's not sharing any useful tidbits, even though all of this is useful because it's about the perspective. My first strategy, where I made my first $100,000, senior year of high school, I was buying .com names. You can actually click a second link. I'm going to include my best-selling book, An American Hedge Fund, for free. You can see how I came up and also how I lost a third of what I made by being too cocky and undisciplined. But my first $100,000 was buying .com names when they added .com to their corporate name. That was it. And the stocks would triple, quadruple, octuple over a few days because everyone's all excited. Oh, look, Sportsman's Guide is now sportsmansguide.com. I remember that one specifically because it was just camping gear. And I was laughing that the stock like tripled in a few days. Guess what? 20 years later, same exact pattern. Companies added AI to their name or AI to their business plan, or they integrated with ChatGPT AI. Same exact thing. And that's just one trend that's, 20 years apart. But I think it's very simple. People were all excited about .com. Now people are all excited about ChatGPT and AI. If you can learn strategies like that, whether you study in the past, whether you see them in the present, whether you remember them, whether you miss a play or not, it'll happen again. Unfortunately, I did really well in the pandemic because I also did well on Ebola stocks. Ebola never really blew up that much, but it was the same pattern. So much to teach you guys. Sorry. I'm like just waking up. My glasses are getting foggy. I have to get going. But I want you to understand how freaking magical the world is and how you can literally get here with enough hard work and time and effort. It's not going to be due to your network. It's not going to be due to some special magic room or some exclusivity. It's you. You and your work ethic. You and your studying. If you can learn to love the subject that you're studying, it's not even work. You might say I never work a day in my life because I truly love it, whether I made a lot of money or not. This is part of the reason why I love donating all my trading profits to charity. It makes it more meaningful for me. I don't need any more money. I'm fortunate enough. But that's me. What about you? What's your story? Are you going to get views like this? Are you going to donate millions to charity and take care of your family? And by doing so, you need to get honed. That wasn't necessarily a great word. I'm fading. I need coffee. But you need to become an expert. You need to get optimized. Hone your strategy. Optimize your strategy. And don't worry about your losses. Don't worry about your early mistakes, especially if you follow rule number 1, cut losses quickly. If you cut losses quickly, it's really tough to lose big or blow up. But many of you don't want to trade scared. You don't want to believe in cutting losses quickly. There's a whole saying, scared money doesn't make money. So I can teach you these lessons, but you also have to hear them and then you have to experience them. My whole job, my whole mission in life is to create more millionaires from scratch. I want you getting views like this too. You can hear that in the background. That's a boat. We're going to go on a boat in a little bit. I got to go. Get inspired.